From your local election headquarters, this is The Insiders with Dave Price.
2023 will bring changes to our state. An all-Iowa Republican Congress, more GOP legislators, and a new Republican Attorney General. The year also means a change for this Marshalltown native. This picture is Mike Fitzgerald's about halfway through his record-setting 40 years in office as state treasurer. This week, for the first time, he is here talking about losing the race that he did not expect to lose.
I expected to win this year, but I know the Republicans and the governor did put together very, very strong campaigns. And this year, even Senator Grassley was pushed harder than maybe other years, but he's still Senator Grassley. He had a very strong campaign. He's his brand is well recognized, and he delivered. So, and I think the Republican Party was certainly more organized than the Democrats were by a long shot.
And why is that? What's happened?
I don't know, but some of the things you would see, like this past year, even getting our candidates on the ballot. Abby Finkenauer had to go to the Supreme Court to get on the ballot. It was so close. Tom Miller was challenged. He was right on the line just to get signatures to get on the ballot.
Which is usually a pretty basic part of campaigning.
A basic part of campaigning, and when candidates, like myself, I had to take about 6 weekends if you go into different towns to knock on doors to get signatures to get my name on the ballot. And usually you get that kind of help, from the party. It's not that the party didn't do any help, they did, but it wasn't as robust as it has been in the past. And I think maybe the state party, I would like to see them have more interest in state candidates and even legislative candidates. They need help, I think, in a bigger way. This past year at our Liberty and Justice dinner in the springtime.
Which used to be Jefferson Jackson.
It used to be Jefferson Jackson. It used to be in the fall. It was moved because of COVID to the spring. The state candidates weren't even allowed to address the audience. So it kind of diminishes your stature in the party. But for me, I didn't think that was that big a deal, but the new candidates, like our guy for agriculture, Mr. Norwood, who was an outstanding candidate, when you're just getting on the scene, you need that exposure.
So overall, is it a money thing? Is it a messaging thing? Is it an infrastructure? Because you've been around long enough that Democrats have had some really good times during some of those periods, right? And clearly this recently has not been such. So can you pinpoint what's changed the most?
Well, I think it is a combination of things. Messaging is a big one. There's just too many issues, maybe, if you will, where you're trying to sell. But asking people all across the state of Iowa to back the Democratic Party, there's a million different reasons. I think they're all good, but we need to have a better synchronized message. The rural areas were really weak. Governor Vilsack, for instance, he used to have a week every summer where he'd go out and walk the gravel roads and meet with maybe the mayor of a town like Colo, where he had 600-700 people, and hear their issues. And I think people want to be heard, and you have to show up. And he certainly did, but that was kind of par for the course. Tom Harkin used to do a lot of things. I even remember him one year, he was out walking beans one day, out there in the rural areas connecting with people, and I think Democrats have gotten away from that.
You were born in Marshalltown, so you are a smaller town guy. And we've seen our state change a lot. Now Marshalltown's growing, but a lot of those smaller communities have been shrinking for decades, really. And the younger folks, some of who used to go Democratic, they've moved out, moved to Des Moines, whatever. How does the party grow in those smaller communities?
Well, and as you say, they're all counties. 70 out of 99 counties lost population last year and in the last decade. And that's not good for rural Iowa. We need to grow people or grow those communities. I thought smaller community was just a great place to grow up, and the schools, that's where I would start. You got to rebuild the schools. They were the anchor of a community, and I think most families, if you want to live in a community, you want to take pride in your school, and you want your kids to be well educated. And that and most of our schools are very strong in Iowa. But there are in a lot of areas, it's noticeably becoming weak, and the test scores are reflecting it. So I would start with education. The other thing being the environment, that almost 70–80% of our rivers and streams, you can't swim in them, you can't eat the fish you pull out. That was important. When Governor Vilsack was in office, he had Vision Iowa, had really brought leaders from all over the state together. Michael Gartner headed that mission up, but we heard the concerns from local people. What was important? Did they need a new civic center, or a bike trail, or a park, or different things? And then the state would fund a part of it. And then, but the community had to decide what was important, and we were together. It was bringing the rural areas, medium-sized town, and the states all together for what was agreed upon purpose. And I think that served a lot of good for the state of Iowa, and I hated to see Vision Iowa kind of disappear, if you will.
Is it good or bad that the caucuses look like they will not be first for Democrats in 24?
I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. Iowa won't get the attention. So for our issues, whether it's ethanol or what have you, but also it's terrible for the Democratic Party trying to organize. When you bring in presidential candidates, they're powerful, brilliant politicians, whether you like them or not, and they bring money and they organize folks. And the Democrats are going to lose that here in the state of Iowa at a time we really need help getting organized.
Of course, Republican State Senator Roby Smith beat Fitzgerald on election night by about 2.5 points. Now, coming up next, the conversation that Fitzgerald had with a future president that he'll never forget.